What up? It's the King of Anime Podcast. I'm Sasuke the Savage. Everything animated. And we are here. What's good, Deathstroke? Good, Trayvon. Amazon
Hello,
Prime
everybody.
Amazon Prime is pure rage bait. Imagine them having the audacity to tell me to sign up for Hulu just to view Mushoku Tensei. Screw Jeff Bezos. I'm glad that guy lost half as well. I'm glad that you are fired up. Let's go, Trayvon.
Yeah.
Welcome in.
Hello,
welcome
Trayvon.
in. I hope you guys
welcome.
are well rested after the 4th of July for those who celebrate. All of my Americans. Yeah, we're here to talk about anime. We were not here last week, but this week it still isn't the full podcast because we don't have all the shows that we're going to talk about. As
Not yet.
2 of them have not aired yet, and 1 we're just plain not talking about, which we'll get into that. But we do have a show with Daemons, Marriagetoxin, and the new show from this summer season, EA's pick, Sparks of Tomorrow. So,
Yeah.
I hope you guys are ready. I hope you guys have watched these episodes because we certainly are ready to talk about them. But first things first. Yay.
Yeah.
I'm looking outside right now. Sky's looking gray. It's about to rain. You know, whenever you get that type of weather, it kind of just brings you down. So I'm wondering if you have anything that can change the tide, so to speak.
Oh, I think I got something. I mean, we got something to never give you the blues.
Now let's get ready for the KOA.
It's Miracle!
Is this? Oh, okay. I was like, is this thing broke? There we go. All right. So we got a lot of different things to talk about. So this one, admittedly, I'm the least knowledgeable about. But the guy she was interested in wasn't a guy at all. Will air January 2027. This series has been affectionately called Green Yuri because if you ever read it, it's literally like black, white, and green. I've never read it myself, so I have no knowledge about the series, but it is one that I always seen going around. And funny enough, I didn't start reading it because of the green, all the green in it. I didn't know if it was a manga, a webtoon, or what, so I just didn't read it. But that's getting the anime.
Hey,
Come the winter next season, or
more
next
Yuri.
year. More Yuri. Yeah. More girls love. And this is one of the ones that I always see talked about. So this one is pretty popular. Don't know if it's good, but that'll be
the guy she was
interesting.
interested in wasn't a guy at all.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna guess, because I know nothing about it either. She sees somebody that she assumes is a guy and is like, "Oh, hey, how you doing?" And then big reveal, they are actually a woman, but they just kind of have conflicting feelings now, because now they're just like, "But I thought you were a dude, but now I'm into you, even though now you're a woman, and I don't know how I feel about these feelings." That's what I assume that's what it's about.
Probably. I've read another series. Okay, so like that premise, our projected premise isn't the exact same. Called Handsome Girl and Shelter Girl, and it kind of has like the same misconception of, I think it's a girls love series where one of the girls thinks that the person that she's interested in is a woman, and they keep that whole gimmick up for a long time, just in regards to how long the series is, because the series is pretty short. It's like 14 chapters, and they keep that whole thing misunderstanding up for at least, I want to say, 7 chapters, which is like half the series. But I won't really spoil anything with it, but yeah, same type of idea, but I think it kind of goes in a different direction. Interesting series nonetheless. That I would like to see get an anime, because they could do that really quick, honestly. That'll be a 12 episode series, that if even that, and then it'll be done. Probably 10 episodes, to be honest.
Cool.
But yeah, Green Yuri for you guys, January 2027. Mark your calendars. Get your Nickelodeon slime, whatever green apparel you got, green screen, weed, your marijuana, all the green. All the green.
Cash money.
Yeah, money. I mean, now we call them blue notes, but old money. I know you got some money that you've been stuffing in your
Blue notes.
Blue notes, yeah, because of the blue hue with the
Huh. I've never heard of that.
Yeah. But in other news, Witch Hat season 2 is in production, so we do not have to worry about whether or not we have to wait 5 years. I mean, we could still wait that time, but point is, we know that it's getting to season 2, which is a very good thing. Very great thing. I'm excited.
Amazing.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm glad that it's continuing. I didn't really have any doubts that it was going to get a season 2, but sometimes you truly don't know, because a lot more comes into getting a season 2 than just the popularity of said series, as we've seen an example of with the plethora of anime, one of which we'll talk about later.
Oh boy.
But Steel Ball Run. Now this is a show that caused a lot of controversy when it came out, because the first episode came out, and you watched the first episode, watching it, or right? Yeah.
I watched it with you in the stream. I watched the whole thing. It was really good.
So it came out, and everybody was excited, going, JoJo, part 7, let's do it. And then Netflix was basically like, okay, well, we did our job. I hope you guys have fun with that.
Later.
Yeah, they just packed their bags and left, and everybody was just left like, well, what the fuck? Where's the rest of the episodes? And for the longest time, there wasn't any news regarding us getting a full-length season. We got that first episode, and that was it. And it wasn't like one of those days where it's like, oh, it's a pre-release or anything like that. No, we just literally did not know what was going on with this. But we're going to have our regular scheduling September 25th. I think they said, how many episodes did they say it was going to end up being? I wanna don't take me at face value here. I wanna say they said 12 or 13 episodes. If I'm not mistaken, but uh just look it up yourself.
And it's going to be released weekly.
Yep.
That's
Good
the cool
old
thing
weekly.
about all that. They listen to the fans finally. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, because JoJo kind of got part 6, also acquired by Netflix, was put in a weird situation with the fans with the whole batch release thing that they ended up doing, and I think that really just kills conversation for shows in general, not just anime, but
Yeah.
any live action TV shows and whatnot. Like I'm pretty sure they did this for they did that for Squid Games as well. And it's kind of like when you release them all at once, everybody is going to have a different endpoint for the series. Some people just, if it's out, they'll watch the whole thing in one day and they'll want to talk about it. Some people like me, for example, I like to take it slow and, get to those episodes when I can get to them. When you do it weekly, everybody's kind of on the same schedule, and everybody's going to discuss that particular episode and accumulation of the previous episodes. But when you release them all at once, everybody's at a different point, and it's really hard to engage in conversation because you'll have half the fan base trying to avoid spoilers. You have half the fan base who wants to talk about everything. You have half the fan base who, or that's not half. That's not how half works. But a portion of the fan base who have like watched one episode and they'll just want to talk about that. And yeah, people are all over the place. There's no structure, so to speak. So weekly, I feel, is really good for conversation and just general building community. When you build communities, you do it slowly. You do it over time. Game of Thrones community, Walking Dead, any big TV show became the community it became because we were watching it weekly and it built up over time. Over the years, we were talking about these episodes, forums, YouTube, word of mouth. And that's how the communities got built.
Yeah. It happened naturally. I don't even mind it if they do it like 3 episodes at a time. Amazon likes to do that with Invincible and Vox Machina and all those other shows. So if they do it like that, I'm cool with that too. But yeah, I'm looking forward to Steel Ball Run. First episode was great when we saw it. I felt like it was like towards the beginning of the year. And now the rest is coming out weekly. Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Yeah. Should be cool. In other news, Cyberpunk Edge Runners 2 airs October 20th this year. So fall season is where who's left in Cyberpunk Edge Runners? Because I was about to say we're about to see isn't Lucy isn't Lucy the only one that lived?
She was the only one that lived, and it was a bittersweet ending. Really great series, but pretty sure the same thing is going to happen in this season as well. We're going to get introduced to all these new characters, fall in love with them, and they're all going to die one by one.
Hey, and people will be seated nonetheless. I'm not crazy about Cyberpunk Edge Runners 2, but I will be watching. We'll probably be watching on the podcast, depending on what's available for the fall season. I can't imagine us missing out on it entirely, even if we don't cover it on the podcast. So,
I mean, hopefully they release it weekly as well, because I feel like the first Edge Runners was released in bulk, and I think that kind of like got rid of conversations as well when it came out. So yeah, if they could do it for JoJo, they could do it for Cyberpunk.
Yeah, because I didn't watch it when it first released. I know you guys did, and I think you guys talked about it, but
we did.
I watched it later. Isn't Lucy in another planet on the moon? I think the moon, if I'm not mistaken, but
It is the moon because that's where it again. It's bittersweet because her and what the fuck was the main guy's name?
I want to say
Jordan?
David.
David. It's probably right. They were there and they were talking about running away and going and living there and blah blah blah. And then all the shit happened where everyone just fucking died and everything. And then yeah, the ending is her on the moon by herself alone, and then it ends. It's just so sad because it's the world of cyberpunk. Can't get what you want.
You can't get what you want. In other news, and this, I could not believe when I saw it. My jaw was on the floor. Hero Killer anime has been announced. This is a webtoon that I am familiar with, that I very much enjoy. I just did not expect this to get an anime. I just never really expect webtoons in general to get an anime, but especially not this one. Not to say that it's niche or anything. I think it's fairly popular, but again, was not expecting it. I'm really excited what they do with it. I think it's something that the podcast will enjoy. It is very, I feel like it's very much our speed. It's fast paced. The main character's really interesting. Powers are cool, and the art is good. Don't know what the anime is going to do with it, but
yeah. You showed us this. That's right.
The
it looks like it'll be fun.
The world with no Iwa. That's all I'm going to say on the matter.
Nice.
And this is something that I know. This next bit of news is something I know Trayvon is going to be interested in. Ikoku Nikki, Journal with Witch, because he's the one who posted this, actually, is to receive a official English manga release summer 2027. So,
nice.
Yeah, it was translated unofficially, but now it's going to be. Now you can actually buy the volumes in English and enjoy it like that.
The complete series too.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I am definitely thinking about picking it up myself, considering I don't believe that the anime is going to get a season 2. So I'm very tempted to read it. But yeah, this is good news just in case I want to buy it as well.
That is great.
Yeah. Very good anime. So anime has been causing major controversy. It has been leaving some fans disgusted, other fans who are getting defensive about it in lieu of things like censorship and yada 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 yada. It is an anime called Chain Smoker Cat. Yani Neko, and it is so I'm just going to read the synopsis from my anime list because I have not watched the show myself.
I skimmed through the first episode.
What do you think from that experience?
It's everything that people say it is. It's wonderfully animated, more so than what you would expect for a series like this to be. Whenever I was skimming through it and just kind of looking at it, I didn't really get it. It was just more like, hey, let's see how many times we can get these characters to smoke in one episode. Like, let's have them smoke with this. Let's have them light the cigarette. Let's do this. Let's do that. And I don't know if it's the season of smoking because of a future episode series that we're going to be talking about or whatnot, but it was just, I don't know. It didn't tickle my fancy. The coolest thing that I did see about the series was the opening, and it was just nothing more than just a bunch of movie references compiled into the intro because, Chainsaw Man did the exact same thing in season 1 when they did it, but I felt like that one was better because at least it kind of like, I don't know. Even when there was like references to the movies, you still had the characters doing their own thing and it was referencing the show. This was nothing more than just how many references could you spot throughout the whole intro. And like someone made a compilation where they did like a side by side and everything. Very well done. And some of those I missed too because some were American movies, some were Korean movies, Japanese movies, and they were all just put into one. And, you know, some were fun, some were not. And I'm just like, you know, that's cool and everything. But overall, it doesn't really save the show. You know what I mean?
Okay. So for anybody that doesn't know what the fuck a chain smoker cat is, the synopsis is KyoAni is a cat girl with a seriously bad smoking habit. She smokes so much that her apartment smells like ash and is littered with cigarette butts and plenty of other trash. Every time she tries to quit, she becomes weak to the cravings and gives in almost instantly. Will she ever get her life together, or is she doomed to live as a chain smoking sloth forever? That is the synopsis.
I love how you were just like in your very good narrator voice, just, will this happen or will she fucking die?
Trayvon said, I like the first episode, but I wouldn't wreck it to people so far. I hope it goes over the character getting over his addiction and making it a PSA against smoking. Yeah, see, so again, I have not watched the show. It's a little bit I've been gleaming from social media and whatnot. So you have one side of people who are just disgusted by it, which here's the thing. I understand both sides. I understand just like the visceral disgust with seeing some of the things that exist in the show and not wanting to watch it. Like I've seen this one clip of the main character pooping. I'm just like, well, that's gross. I don't want to see that. You know, I understand people not wanting to see that. I think that's perfectly fine. But then it's the other side of the people who are fighting back and defending the show by saying like, oh, you find this gross, but like if someone gets beheaded in the action anime show, then you don't have any qualms about it. And I don't really like those. I feel like that's a false equivalency.
Yeah.
Because you could be disgusted by this thing and kind of be desensitized to violence in a different way. But that's neither here nor there. Their whole side and their whole position is that there's merits of this show that are being overshadowed by the, I guess, front of the gimmick of there being chain smoking cats. And they're saying there's merit to the show that people aren't looking at because they're just so appalled by what they see at the front door that they aren't willing to go inside and see what it can actually bring. On that front, just that idea, I agree with it because there's a lot of shows that we both have watched that are just like that. Case in point, my favorite show, Kill La Kill, which if you just saw clips of it, if you just saw Ryuko getting whipped by Gamagori or something, you would be like,
right,
okay, so you just watch a show with one hand on your dick and the other on the keyboard, right? And it's like, well, when I was younger, maybe, but no, it actually has good things to it that go past just the fan service. So in that regard, I understand people's points. I'm not going to watch it myself. I'm not going to watch it myself, but I would never like just downplay it without actually getting into it and seeing what it has to offer.
Yeah. No, that's anime as a whole, honestly. I feel like you try to explain anything to people who aren't so much into anime or maybe watch the most popular stuff but not the niche stuff, like something like this one.
Yeah.
And you try to explain it to them and they look at you like, what the fuck's wrong with you? You watch that? And it's just like, trust me, it sounds weird, but it's not at all what you think. Because Kill la Kill is a great example.
Yeah.
Because that show, I feel like in general, is nothing more than just like a spoof and or a parody of the fact that heroes and whatever wear these scantily clad uniforms, you know, like with Sailor Moon. It's hard to to think back, Sailor Moon was controversial at the time. When you see other stuff where just Ghislaine with just two things, you know, on her chest and everything, but you know, you see stuff like that, and people just look at you like you're disgusting. It's like there's a reason behind that. Just like I understand there's probably a reason behind the Chainsmoker cat thing, and I personally feel like, even though it didn't really get its point across in the first episode, is this person is in a constant state of depression, and what does depression do to you? You constantly are smoking, you do this, you probably do collect a bunch of crap, and like your room's a mess and everything like that, but it's like at some point, I don't know, I feel like you need to get to the point. And it just turned into nothing more than just, like I said, how many cigarettes can you smoke in one episode before it gets redundant? And I was just like, okay, this is whatever.
Yeah. I feel like sometimes, I hope I convey this the way I'm thinking about it. I feel like sometimes the messaging of something is held hostage against like your visceral reaction to something. Like, just because it's like a Trojan horse. Like, you have the message inside the horse, right? But if I see this big ass horse and you're saying they let me in, I'm like, no. Sometimes you have to dress things up for people to be willing to go at it at an entry level, and that's fine. This show is not going to be a show that you recommend to somebody who has no knowledge about anime. That's just the case. It's not an entry level anime, and I think that's fine. I think that's fine. So I think people's reactions to it, good and bad, are understandable.
Yep.
And
what's your final bit of news?
The worst news possible. Worst news ever.
Kill me now.
Rent-A-Girlfriend. Yes, you heard that right. Reiji's finest work is getting not a season 1. That already happened. A season 2. We got that. A season 3. Shit, some people say that's the best season. 4 seasons. Already been there, done that. 5th season. Came and went. But now we are back for a season 6. What did LeBron say? Not 6, not 7.
Oh my god.
Rent-A-Girlfriend. Go ahead.
I want to say ultimately he won 2 with Miami. At least he got 2.
Yeah, I mean, that's something. But 6 seasons of Rent-A-Girlfriend. I have had the unpleasant misfortune of watching all of Rent-A-Girlfriend. I still got 2 episodes left. Or 2 episodes? 1 episode left, I think. Because I've been watching the dub. Yeah, it's bad. It's pretty bad. This getting 6 seasons should give everybody else hope.
Or not. Because there are some animes that deserve better. And yet Rent-A-Girlfriend is walking around going, we're on season 6. Na, 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 na. And I'm over here looking at some of my favorite animes that very easily could get a season 2 or more. And I'm just like, there is no God.
If
Rent-A-Girlfriend can get a season fucking 6, no one else can get. No Game No Life can't even get a season 2. Forget about it. It's
we couldn't
nuke the industry. Thank you.
Nuke the industry. We couldn't even get a decent season 2 of The Promised Neverland.
Right.
They literally just took that season to say, fuck it. But Rent-A-Girlfriend gets all the time and care.
And it even looks good.
Come on. Let's make sure we adapt this episode right. And it is still like the worst episode ever, so. But yeah.
Does she like me?
season 6. It's bad. It's pretty bad.
And that's probably going to come out next year sometime because they can churn these fuckers out in a year. And I'm like, how do you do it?
I mean, they ain't got to do much.
No, not really. What? I'm on my what?
The cat girl's sister had to buy hazmat just to go into her house to help her. It was so bad. Nuked the whole industry. We need to make a Kickstarter to stop the author from making manga. It's not going to stop. He loves Chizuru more than I think he loves himself. So
he loves Chizuru more than he loves his actual family.
Yeah,
like that's a real thing, by the way. He's married and has kids, and I think he said, well, maybe I'm just being mean or misremembering or whatever, but I swear to God, this man has a cardboard cutout of Chizuru.
Yeah, he does.
And is married. That's fucking weird.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it if you're like making a very successful manga and everything, and but to be to the point where you're just like, I love this fictitious character that I created more than my actual wife and kids. That's weird. You stop.
He had a comment. I'm trying to see if I can find it. Was it in here that he said it? Let me see. He had a comment recently that oh no, it's a couple different comments, because he had like this interview and he said, and I quote, "The one closest to me is the protagonist Kazuya. It's almost like a double. What I think, Kazuya thinks roughly the same."
It's a self-insert. He made himself Kazuya.
And I don't know if any of you guys are watching Rent a Girlfriend, but comparing yourself to Kazuya is not a compliment.
It's pretty bad. No. Yeah. You might as well be compared to a pile of shit, and you would at least respect the pile of shit more than you would Kazuya.
Like you said, Sots, it's the only series where you don't miss anything and nothing changes. Pretty much. EA, you haven't watched the season since 4, right?
It's 4. Yeah. That was it for me.
How much do you think you missed? Like, what's the last thing you remember?
I remember Chizuru's grandma dying and her grandma saying, "Please take care of Chizuru because I'm dying and you're a good young man. Please take care of her." And he goes, "But I hate her." And then, no, he didn't say that. But she doesn't like me, I think. I don't know. Very confused all the time. That's the last thing I remember. And I don't remember anything else, to be quite honest.
So in between that time, the only relevant thing that has happened is they make the movie for Chizuru's grandma.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
They end up going to this resort or something, and that's like a whole arc. That's like the entirety of the season, and nothing really happens in that arc except for the family finding out that Chizuru is a Rent girlfriend, which doesn't go anywhere because they make it like this dramatic thing of like, so you've been lying to us this whole time, Kazuya and Chizuru, and she just goes, no, we've been in a relationship before this whole thing. They kiss, and after that they leave him alone. Mommy is the one that orchestrated them finding it out, and she kind of just fucks off after that.
Mommy is the worst fucking thing. So she narked on them to his parents.
It was bad. It's not even the way you think. It wasn't even like, I told him that. It was the stupidest thing. This is how she did it. She went on her phone to the Rent a Girlfriend site. Fake, like she dropped her phone, and was like, oops. And then the grandma was like, huh? What's this? picked up the phone and then started looking at it. Because yeah, if someone drops their phone, your gut reaction is going to be to pick up the phone and then look at what they got on their screen and then give it to them, right? That's your first reaction.
Oh yeah, totally. Because it's my fucking business what's on their fucking phone.
But that's what happens. She goes to the Rent-A-Girlfriend site, drops her phone like a landmine. Grandma picks it up, finds out that way, and then mommy continues to exacerbate the situation. Blah blah blah. But that's pretty much like all the relevant stuff that happens in between that time.
Beautiful. I'm so glad I missed all of that, just so that it seems like it didn't even matter anyway. Oh, you mean to tell me that Chizuru's a Rent-A-Girlfriend? Yeah, I mean, no. Yes. Oh, well, we accept you. No one cares.
Yeah. Yep.
As mommy's just in the corner just crying. Oh, son of a... Just move on. Get another boyfriend. Why are you so hooked up on this guy? That's such a loser. And you broke up with his ass.
We will never
She's
know.
the worst.
Whoa.
Oh, man.
That is... Oh, well... I don't know if you want to talk about the gaming stuff, because
I mean, I guess I could talk about it real quick. If T-Tactics was here, he would go all in on it, but I'll just make it super quick and efficient. I'm sure everybody knows and everybody understands what's going on with the gaming industry, as it is slowly imploding and self-destructing. I swear to fucking God. PlayStation decided that, well, we're not gonna make exclusive games anymore and sell them to PC because money. We'll just keep them on the PlayStation exclusively. But now, even better than all that, we're no longer gonna sell physical copies of discs anymore. Right. The whole point of just the physical media and everything is like gone. The crazy thing about all this is I heard some people actually try to defend this whole thing, and they say, well, EA, Steam doesn't have any physical discs and all this, and all these other places. Here's the thing. That's the difference between Steam and PlayStation. PlayStation recently got through, all those movies and like other digital things that you recently bought on Sony PlayStation. They purged a bunch of them and now they're gone. Yep. So if you bought a movie and were expecting to watch on your PlayStation, well, fuck you then, because now that's gone. Steam, I can remove a game and I can come back 10 years from now and it will still be there. Yep. That's the difference between Steam and PlayStation. So I want to hear it from any of these defenders that say, well, PlayStation, how do you know? PlayStation hasn't proven themselves to be an honorable company where, I don't know, if they get bored with one game or if it didn't sell that much, oh, well, we'll just delist this game and you don't ever have to play it again.
Yeah. It just kills me that people will plead for less options and rights. They were literally get on their hands and knees to get absolutely bashed against their skulls to have things taken away from them as long as it's a big company doing it. Because the whole excuse is, well, how many physical discs have you bought? And it's like, okay, even if that's the case, though, my current PS5 has a disc slot. I don't have a pure digital one. I want the option to get a disc if I so please it, because and it's not about whether or not you're going to end up doing this or not, but just having the option to be like, okay, I played this game, I have fun with it. Let me let my friend play it who also has a PS5, and they can play it. And I know game sharing exists, but this was the base concept of game sharing that we had growing up. Is that This is how we game shared.
Yeah.
And now we can't do that.
You want to borrow this game? Here you go. Play this game. Yeah, and yeah, Sony's so dumb for that. It should be an option for people to still want to do physical. I agree. There's also the headline about Sony deleting your account on PlayStation to watch movies and stuff after being inactive for a year. Yep, I heard about that too, that they are literally purging accounts that, heaven forbid that you're serving overseas or that you're just gone for a while and then maybe you'll come back in a year or whatever. Nope. You got to start all over and all your shit's fucking gone. So,
Yeah.
God forbid. But yeah, Sony, they just keep shooting themselves in the foot. That commercial or that meme that you see with Eric Andre, and he shoots, and everything.
Why would he do that?
Why is our company not doing well? So that's Sony. And then you have good old wonderful Xbox, as of today, laying off. I swear they lay off people once every moon, full moon or whatever. It's just, 4,800 people been laid off, companies dissolving, studios gone, all this other shit. So business as usual when it comes to Xbox. And there's going to be a point when they're just not going to have any companies anymore. It's just going to be Xbox Studios, and even then, it's like we'll be begging for a game. It's like, you got a new game for us? Yeah. It's hold on. Puts two pieces together. It's Call of Duty meets Halo. I hope you like it. What do you call it? I call it
Call a Halo.
Call a Halo. Because they don't know what the fuck they're doing when it comes to, and I get it. They bought up a bunch of companies when they were, this is back during COVID, because they felt like the gaming, because everybody was inside, they were playing video games, so they just felt comfortable to like buy up all these studios and everything. And then all of a sudden, it went from that to, oh, well, it looks like people are actually waiting on games instead of buying them when they first come out because everything's so fucking expensive. Well, we're losing money, so goodbye, studios. Yeah.
Yeah, that's another great point, Trayvon. And if you didn't like the game, you could sell it. Now you won't have that option. Yeah. It's a way for them to reap all the benefits of the games that they make. When you buy a game, though, that's your purchase. So if I want to make the money back selling it, I mean, I'm not going to get it at full price. But if I wanted that option, I should have that option. But you don't.
Right.
We're just
you don't.
in this subscription world now. Everything is a subscription. Everything you're pretty much renting. It's funny
that they say you will own nothing and like it
and enjoy it, love it. It's funny we killed Blockbuster and we turned into Blockbuster.
Fucking A. I mean, just ain't that the fucking truth? But yeah, all that's depressing. All that is disappointing. Nintendo, I don't care. They're doing their own thing. I mean, they were the first ones to release a fucking game and have it for $80 and say,
"Yep,
my game, it's great, yeah, wahoo!" And
I'm
like,
in that voice at Japanese people.
Yeah, I just imagine Nintendo is just ran by Mario, and he has his like hair slicked back and everything.
Mario and Sonic.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Mario. I mean, well, hey, Sonic. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, Nintendo. Honestly, this is probably going to be the last physical console I'm ever going to buy. Everything, I'm just going to move to PC because Sony PlayStation going to do away with the physical games. Okay, fine, goodbye.
Yeah.
Xbox don't know what they're doing, and also you can play Xbox on PC anyway, so there's no point to even get an Xbox. Nintendo, they just got too greedy, and until I see otherwise, I'm not going to give them any more of my money. So, I never thought it would be this way, but I'm going to keep all my old consoles. I'm going to keep all my old games, all my physical collection, and just, be straight up PC from now on.
I always thought the console wars was going to be like this big battle, Jujutsu Kaisen culling game style, where there's one victor in it. I thought like Sony was going to have the heads of Nintendo and and Microsoft, just like, or vice versa. But it ended up just being all of them killing themselves via Jim Jones Kool-Aid at the same time.
Yeah, and then you see PC over there with their hands folded and everything, just like, that was weird.
Come on over.
Yeah, come on over, guys. I mean, we have everything you want. And all those games that you wanted that are too priced out and everything, just wait a couple of years. They're going to be affordable and you can get it. I mean, prime example, you can get for right now on Steam, Cyberpunk, when it first came out, it was like $60. You can get it for $17.99.
And with PC, you have backwards compatibility with a thing called emulation.
Oh yeah, emulation's the way to go. But yeah, I mean, PC it is, man. Oh my god, yes, Trayvon. Piracy is gonna go up too. PC gaming makes more sense, especially when it's rumored that the PS6 gonna be over $1,000. And that's another fucking thing when it comes to this damn generation of gaming, is that systems and games and whatever consoles always went down over the years. Always. But now they're going up.
Yep.
Who in their right mind would go, let's see, I paid $500 for a PS5, but now I can get one for $750. But
EA, inflation, because that's what they love to say, inflation.
Bullshit.
Yeah,
fucking inflation.
Our wages aren't going up, so it doesn't matter. We're not making as much money. We're not making money to compensate for the price increases. So
exactly, like I'd understand. It's like, yeah, oh really? I make this much money. Oh no, okay. I'll let a little inflation slide, but no, I'm still getting paid the same while everything else is going up. But we want to make excuses as to why we want to pay $100 for a fucking game. Yeah, it's it's sad. It really is sad because I love video games. I don't know anybody who doesn't love video games other than people that have never got into it, but people that I know that play video games love it with a passion. And it just makes me sad just to see this is the route in which things go when it comes to video games, because my son, you know, he's of that age now where he's working and he's doing the games and stuff like that. I worry for his generation because I'm just like, what are they going to have to deal with when gaming, you know, comes to a halt?
Yeah.
Well, I guess I could play my catalog. Oh, right. I can't because I have to have an online connection.
Yep.
Well,
servers are dead. You can't play that anymore.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Messed up. It makes me wonder what, like, if you were to like go to like a Fallout Games or GameStop, you know, where they still sell physical copies of games and everything, are those prices going to skyrocket? Are they going to be super hella expensive now? It's like buy your physical copies now, because once they stop making them, they ain't going to make them no more.
Yeah. How little kids going to convince their parents to pay over $1,000 for a console? I could imagine. No, you just can't. You just gotta. No. You just gotta work for yourself at that point. Like you're just not getting that under your Christmas tree. I just can't see it. Right.
Unless you're rich, it's like, mommy, daddy, could you please buy you what? Say you want a PS6 one more time, and you will get exactly what's coming to you. Yeah, I couldn't be, and it's sad because you know those kids will be asking for it and they'll be nice, but they won't ever get it.
Yeah.
$1,000 for a fucking console. Get a PC for that price, and you will get a well-running PC for that price.
Yeah.
But depressing. One last bit of news, and I'll just leave it at that, and we can move on. I did recently watch the movie Obsession.
Okay.
And because it came out on digital last Tuesday, and that's another thing that's so fucking expensive. Movies are the same price as if you were to buy it on digital, when it comes out in digital. Like tickets are, because digital's $20, tickets themselves I feel like are around that price. So it's like almost to the point where you don't even have to go to the movie theater anymore. It's crazy. It's a good movie. I enjoyed it. I definitely recommend people to watch it. Fucked up. The ending definitely it stayed with me for a while, and I definitely want to watch it again because it's one of those movies where you watch it the first time, you like enjoy it for what it is, but then you watch it again, you go, oh, that's when that happened, or that's. I like movies that do that, where you catch things, you know, on the second viewing and everything. And the fact that this movie was made for under $1 million is really fucking good too.
Yeah.
So
one of the most profitable movies.
Yeah. Guy who made it did YouTube stuff. Like they made YouTube sketches and YouTube skits and everything. This was their first movie. And yeah, I'm really curious to see what they do in the future. Deathstroke, I did not watch The Back Rooms. My son did, and he said it was really good. And that's all I hear from people is that it was really well done. And then that too was also made by somebody who was 20 years old, like a young director, and they did a really good job with it.
We got a lot of talented young people just waiting to get opportunities.
And then that just kind of goes to show you, if you give people a chance, I think people will watch the movies and they will, I don't know, they'll watch them instead of, hey, let's remake Star Wars for the 500th time. Let's make a sequel to a movie that doesn't need a sequel. Just stop with the reboots, more original shit. That's all I got.
All right. The movie was too much for me to enjoy, but it's still a well-made movie nonetheless.
I can see that. Like I said, some parts it gets really intense.
I think it is time to talk about our first show of the night, our lingering show for the spring season, Daemons of the Shadow Realm, episode 13. Yeah,
we got a new opening.
Yeah, new opening, a recap. I feel like I'm in 2005 right now.
I know. I mean, kind of a good thing, you know. There was like a little 2-week break in between, so you know, gotta let you know. It does feel funny whenever you like watch it as it's happening, where you're just like, okay, why are we getting a recap? I understand.
Yeah,
this is one of those. I get it. You know, if you watched it while it was airing, that would make much more sense versus binging it or whatever. But yeah, we got to see our wonderful Blade Bro, Ivan, and
wonderful.
I don't know about you, Satsuki. I think this guy's a bad person.
Hey, he's kind of a piece of shit.
He's kind of evil. Like, to an extreme. Yeah.
I mean, listen, when it comes to the mangaka for Fullmetal Alchemist, Daemons of the Shadow Realm, she really does not hold back in showcasing her evil characters. Like, if you remember Fullmetal Alchemist, the stuff that Envy did, and I'm not even talking about the big thing everybody remembers with Maze Hughes. I'm talking about the Ishvalan War, which, although we didn't see it explicitly with Envy in particular, we did see it explicitly through characters like Roy Mustang, where they're literally massacring an entire species. It is crazy. But this more murder, death, violence. He just goes around killing everybody in his village, and you feel nothing but
turns them into chunks.
Yeah, it's just horrific because these guys cannot see what he's doing. They're practically defenseless against him. It would be one thing, I feel, if it was more of a war situation or anything like that, but these guys are just literally living their daily lives, and then he just comes in here, invisible swords, just slashing these guys like he's in the edit or something. And yeah, it's bad. It's bad.
Yeah, he just walks through like it's fucking nothing. I like how it showed him basically doing this, and you really couldn't see the swords at first because it really kind of put into perspective what the villagers were saying. I mean, all you do is you're just seeing this guy just with his arm up like this. You're like, what the fuck is this guy doing? And then, yeah, it just cuts him into mincemeat and whatnot and makes his way to the elder, cuts everyone else up some more, takes the fake Asuka, because we find out that the fake Asuka is a daemon.
Asa.
Sorry, not Asuka.
Yeah,
Asa.
You watching too much NGE.
Watching too much something. But Asa, fake Asa, who is a daemon that we found out, which makes sense. Master being the head elder and whatnot. And it doesn't. Did it show that they killed her? Is she still alive? I can't imagine her. Yeah.
No,
I can't imagine her being alive.
No, she's still alive just because that was the condition that fake Asa. That was what she agreed to for her to go with Ivan in the first place. So she's still alive, as far as we know.
Yeah.
But
yeah. So.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was just like, he just takes this fake Asa, and I don't know where they're gonna go with this, because he takes the fake Asa, but then finds another random village girl, and it's just like, oh, there's a hostage. I'm gonna go ahead and grab this girl and use her as bargaining chip now. And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? What's he doing?
What's better than one hostage? 2 hostages.
One that looks like a younger version of your sister.
Yeah, I was confused by that too. I was like, okay, he took Asa. Why is he taking her too? Didn't really understand that.
Me neither. But I guess even before all that really happened, we kind of like see like a flashback with Ivan. And he's talking to his swords. One of his swords is very racist and talking shit and just constantly calling him a monkey. And there's another sword's just like, I don't know, doesn't even say 2 words, just kind of like,
yeah,
like very shy. And the other one's very aggressive, and that probably goes with the whole yin and yang thing. One's extremely just like devoid of conflict, while the other one's very confrontational, you know? So yeah, that's the designs of those swords are creepy too. They're just like a bunch of moving eyes kind of like wrapped in like the handle and everything. I'm like, ooh, that's creepy.
Yeah. So Daikyo and Shoko, because that's the name of the Daemons, apparently it translates to big misfortune and little misfortune.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
That makes interesting sense. But yeah, it showed how Ivan does his power. And he just like made a cube, and out came this dude's poor shaman, poor Yama, and his giant Buddha belly just got teleported to that dude's apartment, and even he was like, "That's so fucking freaky." He was creeped out by it.
I wonder, was he just looking for someone that was this fat so he could store himself inside their belly?
To be fair, you could not do that with a skinny person. So he just found the meatiest, fattest guy that he could find and goes, oh yeah, I could fit in there. And then just does his cutting technique and whatnot.
Just pulls out a tape measure.
Measuring the fat.
You're perfect.
Oh, you're perfectly thick in all the right places. Oh, thank you. Wait, what?
I've never had a suitor like you.
So he does that and then teleports the belly to the apartment complex and whatnot. And I don't know, just this scene in particular was really freaky because after he, got the fake Asa, got the other girl, and was basically gonna like teleport them and whatnot. This guy's just walking around with his fucking stomach just walked out, and he's just, I don't know if he's in pain or if he's just freaked out, but he's just like, oh my god, help me. And the poor little Daemons are trying to help him and they don't know what to do. But then eventually, Ivan just goes, in you go, and does the ceiling thing and then switch.
Yeah.
The stomach that was in the apartment, the girls are now there, and his stomach's back to normal. But unfortunately, that would not be his fate as far as like living, because Ivan was stuck in that realm. He's like, I need to find a way out of here. I don't know how to get out of here. And then, well, we saw. In fact, we did not see what happened off screen, and fucking Yama died. I was just like not expecting him to die. I honestly thought, like, because he served his purpose, that he was just going to be like, tell me where to go and then I'll let you go or something like that. But I mean, Ivan was ruthless before. I think that right there made him despicable. Like, he is a wretched villain, and I don't know. He's definitely the one to not to mess with when it comes to this series.
Yeah, I mean, it makes you think, if he's this bad, how is his seeming employer, the uncle for Asuma, like how is he? Because he seemed to be very abrasive and outspoken and whatnot. I definitely think this guy is going to be a threat moving forward. This power, I don't know exactly how it works. It's looking like it's cutting through space and time with what is actually doing, but I still don't know like the exact in and outs. So I don't know how crazy this power is, but it looks pretty versatile. So this is not a guy you want to fight. Like, even if you just had the martial prowess to go up against this guy, like, you can fight him with his swords and whatnot. His power alone can kind of equalize things if he's able to pretty much put you in a different dimension or something. So yeah, Ivan's ruthless, cold, definitely somebody to look out for in the future. His Daemons were interesting though. I find it interesting that because you can have multiple Daemons that we found. I find it interesting that there are Daemons that are just incompatible with other Daemons for whatever reason. Like, he said, him specifically, he was like, yeah, I can't make, when he was talking about the fake Asa, he was like, I can't make you my Daemon because my swords might kill you. And we've heard something, who was it in the Kagamoris? I think it was Asa who said it, who said like, they commented on her break not being compatible with some of the Daemons that she's tried before. So that's been a consistent thing. The interesting thing about fake Asa is the whole, where's the other pair of her? Because we never got that question answered. And it was making me think, I was thinking of a couple different things. I was thinking, what if Grandma is a Daemon herself? I thought about that. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I don't think that's the case, just because it seemed like she was protecting her. So I would imagine Grandma's just master. But
yeah,
we don't know where the other half is. And
I don't know. And Ivan was like trying to look for the daemon, was just like, I can't sense them. They can only sense fake Asa, but they couldn't sense where the other daemon was.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking to myself, it's either there or it's not in the village and it's somewhere else.
Yeah, I'm thinking that it's somebody that we already know currently. Like somebody who we think is just a regular human who is actually a daemon. But even that theory is still like iffy, because if that was the case, left and right would have sensed them, at least if they were a part of our group. So I'm not sure about that one either.
Maybe it's Danji. He just got introduced and everything, and he seems to be speedrunning all these different obstacles and whatnot because he met up with that one god.
Yeah. I wrote her name down.
Oshihara.
Yeah. No, I think he's a regular human. Just because it seemed like his family was in on the whole thing, and probably the same way that the mom, Asa and Yuru's mom, found out like about the village and left. She probably maybe relayed that information to her. I don't know if she just found out this information or whether or not she was with the village as well. It's quite possible that she was with the village, and that because Donji was a friend of Yuru, and we know that they kept the fake Asa there to keep him in check. So he probably had the same role where it's like, oh, become friends with Yuru as an extra security measure to keep him in the village and not to have him suspect anything. It's kind of like they have the fake Asa to keep him there, have someone that he wants to protect, and then they have somebody in the field who's kind of like a little spy for him as well. Because grandma can't get as close to Yuru as she wants, but if she has someone his same age try to get close to him, that might work better. So I'm wondering if that's the role he's supposed to play. But I don't know what's going on with the fake Asa. I can't call it at this point.
Yeah, it's a lot of unknowns at this point, but yeah, it seems like Danji's going to be entering the fight. I was wondering if his friend was going to come back, and I think we kind of discussed it at one point if he was going to become involved, but now he's just trying to meet up with Yuru at this point, and I don't know what he's going to do or how he's going to add extra help. I almost feel like he would get in the way more. I don't know if this guy can fight, but yeah, gonna be interesting. All of his stuff that happened in this episode was just hilarious because Oshira's just like calm and like just godlike, very much so, and he's just like, put me down, oh my god. He's riding on the horse in the sky. Yeah. I'm afraid of heights, on top of a giant ass building. They're still trying to find Yuru and left and right and whatnot, but they're eventually going to meet at some point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. I also wonder, like, what is the significance of Oshira? Because she seems like very powerful and all-knowing, whatnot, and it was kind of weird for her to just show up as conveniently as she did to help old Donji. So I wonder if she's going to be a bigger player in the future, because she's voiced by
Sayori. She has to be a bigger part.
Yeah, that was interesting to say the least. But I guess going back to Yama, he gets killed. He writes a message over his very large belly, and the message reads
crazy.
Yeah. Message reads basically, Yuru, I got your fake sister. I got this other little girl that I got like a 2-for-1 at Dollar General.
2-for-1?
Yeah, I got them. Come over to this location. Let me beat your ass. and try to get Seal from you, and maybe you can get him back. That's basically the message.
Basically it. And even then that was still fucked up because I just remember it was Hana that got like a text and she's like, oh, I got a job, I gotta go. And she met up with her other crew and whatnot, and then that's what kind of brought that up where it's like, oh, you gotta bury this body. And then we just find out as soon as they're talking about it, oh, by the way, Yama's dead. And she's just like, cool. Let's you pay me extra because he's a big man. But just some of the things that that was said, just the fact that, yeah, he died, he was there. And then his Daemons fucking got killed too. Like he just like sliced them in half, and they were just these innocent little Daemons that didn't have any fighting powers, nothing. He just killed them. He didn't just kill Yama, he killed his Daemons. And that's the exclamation point for him being evil.
Yeah, and they were killed. Like they weren't, because you could just kill the master and they'll become stray Daemons and whatnot. He killed he destroyed the effigy. So like if that happens, a new master can't now imprint their blood in them and become a master. Like they're just gone. So, and yeah, from what they said, they weren't even they were non-combatants. So it's not like they had like a opportunity, like they were going to get revenge or something for Yama. No, they weren't even in the fight. So yeah, they're building this guy up to be a scumbag. The same way that Envy was brought up in Fullmetal Alchemist and everybody hated them. I think this guy is serving that role as this antagonist that you absolutely despise.
Yeah. Yeah, and when he gets his comeuppance, it's going to be hopefully just as great as when Envy got theirs.
Yeah.
Because that's an iconic moment.
Yeah. Sure.
But the last bit, Hana was told this message, don't say anything to Yuro and Dara. And she was just like, okay, cool. I won't say anything. But you can tell it's kind of eating at her. And every time with this series, I'm just like, oh my God, that was it? It just ended? Because I thought it was going to keep going. Because she's just kind of like pondering, thinking about it, not wanting to. Maybe she's conflicted of wanting to say something or not. But then the episode ends, and I'm just like, oh man, that almost kind of tells me that she's probably going to say something because she won't keep it a secret. But at the same time, well, I understand why you would want to keep it a secret, because you don't want anything to happen to Yuro, especially if it's going to, if Seal's going to be taken. I think moving forward, this is going to be something that's going to unlock Seal in Yuro. Like, I think somehow, whether she tells him or if he finds out through his friend Danji, he's going to know that something happened, and he's going to go and meet up with this Ivan fella. And he's going to die, but then he's going to come back, and then he's going to get Seal. Because I think this is going to be the guy to do it. Yeah. To kill him.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, Danji is the X factor in all of this. Hana's trying to cut off the information and not have Yuru risk himself. More specifically, risk Seal in this confrontation. But yeah, Danji is the person who's from the village, who saw some of the things that happened, who might tell him. And once, if that happens, Yuru's the type of guy to confront an issue head on, so he would actually try to approach Ivan, and it might not go in a favorable manner.
Yeah. Yep. But other than that, pretty good episode. Nice 2-week vacation from the series, but they came back strong with this episode.
Sure. How do you like this opening compared to the first opener? Or yeah, first opening.
I still like the first opening better. Maybe it'll grow on me, but the first opening I felt like was more catchier.
Okay. I think I gotta listen to it again, but I think I'm more of a fan of this opening.
Okay.
But,
Yeah, maybe it'll grow on me.
Next show, we are finishing the great old Marriagetoxin, episodes 12, 12 and 13. Yeah, we can pretty much we don't even have to like take it step at a time. We kind of just talk about everything in totality, really.
Yeah. I mean, it's been out a while and it's ended, so yeah, we can talk about it, no problem. But this these last two episodes kind of like ended the Beast arc, the Beast Island arc, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, the last episode prior was Gero just you know, I want to get married, and he took 3 shots, and he's, you know, ooh, it looks like he's super powerful now. Well, that's because he is, because now he's got these hands that people are trying to catch, or maybe not want to catch, because he's got poison hands built up in his body, and now he's using it to freaking punch Dogo. And thank God, I hate Dogo with a passion.
Yeah, he's definitely. I mean, speaking of hateable characters, yeah, they definitely laid on thick with him, and
he's a different kind of hateable, though.
Yeah,
like,
he's kind of like pathetic in a sense, whereas someone like Ivan, even Envy, you could say Envy's pathetic too in a way, but Envy is more imposing. He's not as imposing, despite all the different abilities he has. And I think the reason why is because he does all of that and he still gets his ass whooped. Like,
yeah,
I mean, the fact that Peachy beat him after he just got a call from his girlfriend, and then, you know, he loses, and then he gets another power up, and then Gero ends up triple dose, beats him, and it's like, yeah, everybody just kind of spears him because it's like they feel bad for the guy. So just leave him alone. He ain't gonna do nothing.
Yeah,
to nobody.
I would say just let him wriggle around. You see him over there convulsing, he'll be fine. He's gotta shed this beast toxin or whatever the fuck he put in his system. But yeah, Gero defeats him with cool, great animation. Looks great.
Yeah,
defeats him. Just beats the shit out of him. Kimie helps. We thought what was hopeless, because she was telling everybody, "Come on, guys, we could do it," and everybody was defeated. She basically just kind of convinced them all. She's like, "Get your shit in gear, and let's fucking go." And they all stage a coup, break out, and they eventually make it to the cave with Dogo and Gero and crew. And that's when Dogo gets even more defeated, because all those beast masters got their spirit animal back, so to speak. You know, like it just left him, Dogo, and went back to each individual master, and basically signifying, you can take us, but what you have is a copy. We're the original. You can never be better than the original.
Yeah, and I mean, even him just taking in all the blood of all these different masters is pathetic in of itself, because unlike everybody else, he just can't fight with his own power, and we kind of see his little backstory, and I guess this kind of explains why he's
stupid backstory.
Yeah, but it explains why he is the way he is, or why he's taking the blood of all these different people, because he's so insecure about the animal he was assigned, which was just a bat. It's just a little bat. So, and bats can be cool. I mean, we got Batman from it, but
hell yeah. But also, as much as he likes to draw blood, you would think he would want to be a bat. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he was just like, when he got the bat from the family head who gave him a bat, I guess, as like a disgrace because he didn't want him to get too powerful because they already knew about his bad nature or he just wasn't fit to lead. So he sees the bat and it's like, for like clan masters, this is like the equivalent of getting socks for Christmas. So he does what anybody would do in that situation and kills everybody, even the people that had nothing to do with him getting the fucking bat. So,
Perfectly normal, perfectly healthy. Oh my god.
Yeah, but with him having a bat like that, you know, it makes you look back at the moments where he was talking down on Kimie and go, well, shit, you weren't that much better. In fact, maybe Kimie could have just beat you straight up if you were just using your original beast, the bat. So, yeah, because
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he had to be insecure, so he had to take everybody else's powers because he wasn't confident in his own thing.
It's kind of like when somebody's not good at, whether it be like a video game or sports or anything like that, instead of understanding their strengths and, you know, like embracing their weaknesses, they have to, like with regular sports, I call it performance enhancing drugs or steroids, but in like video games, you buy battle passes and you just get all the exclusive stuff and whatnot, and you're just like, yeah, I'm gonna be better. But the thing is, you can have this 20 grade plus armor and all this other crap, but if somebody just is great at sniping, it ain't gonna mean nothing. You know what I mean? You're just gonna be, you know, you have your perks and your quirks and whatnot, but at the end of the day, you can't be better than the original people that have natural talent.
Yeah. Well, he had to learn that the hard way, got his ass beat. Funny part about that whole thing was just when he got his ass beat by Garo, he's just like, yeah, I can't beat this guy, so I'm going to get a moral victory and kill May. And I was just like, okay, man.
Bastard. I know. And May's just like, oh God, no. What? I'm just a marriage advisor. I didn't sign up for this shit.
Yeah, I'm fighting Resident Evil monsters. What's going on?
Yeah. And she gets saved.
Yeah.
He gets his ass whooped. Yeah. He eventually goes Looney Tunes and says, I'm out of here, and leaves.
Yeah.
Runs away.
Byakuo wakes up naked, of course.
Byakuo's a terrible character. Her character is like pointless.
I mean, she's just the super loyal, subservient girl. Like, I don't think she's terrible. I just think she's like a nothing character, which might be even worse, honestly. Because she's just there to be kind of like an anchor for him. It's like she's like the only thing that he has to a real human connection, it feels. Maybe you could argue his sister, just because we know he has a sister, but I don't think there's anything there in terms of a relationship. So yeah, Byakuo is like the only thing that he has that makes him somewhat of a human. Not even redeemable, but just a trace of a human.
Yeah. Speaking of sister, as soon as Peachy and Garo are closing in, they're like, hey, stop right there. In comes this fucking boom, cloud of smoke and everything, and giant ass wolf. And we get Dogo's sister, or as you so eloquently put it, hot sister, and shows up. And it's like, let me take my brother. And you're just like, I'm sorry, who are you?
Not before she flirted with Garo. Was like, would you like to become my pet? And he's just like,
gulp.
Yeah, he didn't even say anything. That's the funny part. He's just like,
yeah,
maybe, but I don't think I should speak up here.
I mean, should I be your pet? I mean, that means I get to be married, right? I mean, that's what I've been wanting.
Dingy would have immediately jumped on that.
Oh my God. In a heartbeat. Are you a good boy? Woof, woof, woof. Wait, I got that soundbite. There's Denji.
For sure.
But yeah, she takes both Dogo and Stooge, and they leave, and that's the end of that arc. That was it. The boss has been defeated, and she said that she was gonna like handle her brother. Like, what does that mean? You're gonna punish him? You're gonna kill him yourself? Probably some kind of demotion, I would assume.
Yeah, not sure, but I feel like she's there just to go, just so like one of the huge powers doesn't actually get toppled. Because the Beast Clan is supposed to be one of the 5 big clans. Like we have the Poison Clan, we have the Beast Clan, we have the other 3. So because if we would have beat Dogo, it would have felt, I mean, we did beat Dogo, but like if we would have beat Dogo and he was the head and that was it, it would have been like a major power would have been gone and we have 3 left. Not saying that we're working to take out all the powers, but it would have been a huge vacancy. So I think she's just there so there isn't a power vacuum regarding the 5 families. She definitely seems a lot more imposing than Dogo, because Dogo's whole thing is, it feels like he's acting fake crazy sometimes. Like he's just doing like it's like Jared Leto's Joker.
Oh my god. Worst laugh of any Joker ever.
But she seems like she's just like real calm and kind of like the calculated evil that you would expect from a boss. Like if you look at her, she seems like a clan leader. You look at Dogo, he just seems like a sub boss or something.
Yeah, like the one you defeat before you get to the main boss in a video game.
Yeah. So, her appearance was fun, and I guess we can look forward to possibly fighting her in the future. I don't know.
Or maybe not fighting. Maybe
fucking?
Flirting. Or, okay, just go right to fucking. I was talking about flirting.
Maybe? I mean, she did flirt with Garo already, so...
yeah, but what I mean is they have an official date. You know, they go out and it's just like, so how are you doing? I'd like to get to know you. And he's just like, I
mean, he doesn't have like a BDSM girlfriend or love interest yet, so I think
no, he has to have that one.
I mean, they're getting all the different types, so having a type like this is just par for the course, I guess.
I suppose so. So that wraps that whole fight up. Kimie and crew, want to show their thanks by doing this absolutely wonderful, just stuff with animals and sparklers and lights and shit. Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, cool. Kimie is the ever romantic.
Yeah, she's one for the theatrics, that's for sure.
Yeah, very cool gesture nonetheless, though. Very cool. I found it funny, the conversation that we had after that moment, because it's quiet on the boat. They're all about to go home, and then May takes this opportunity to go like, okay, I'm going to try to get Kimie and Garo together. I don't know why this is so funny to me. They gave May a named attack, like the same way that Garo will have, or anybody else in the show will have an attack. They'll have like the kanji up there, and then they'll do like these title flips or whatever. And she had an attack like that. She was like Kinosaki style, courting arts, bridge builder, and I don't know why that was so funny to me.
Well, she herself has to feel important and have a power attack because she may not have physical strength, but what they lack in strength, they more than make up for in being resourceful, because apparently they're a jack of all trades. And
Social
hooking up.
strength.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that happened. You know, she gave the push, and you know, Garo was just like, "Oh my god," because you know, May brought to his attention that I think Kimie likes you, so go in for the kill, buddy. Just do it. And Garo was just like, could I get just fucking turns into Komi-san all of a sudden, and yeah, right. Then May was gonna try to do something else because that's their job. Kimie confesses her love for Garo. I don't think I do know. That is the first person to express their love for Garo. And it's like, oh my god, but she says that she loves him and confesses and everything, but she doesn't feel ready to be engaged yet because, you know, she doesn't feel adequate enough. She still feels weak in a way, you know. That probably comes with the whole territory of being a hamster master and how people always made fun of her and everything.
I think too is just because she was a fan of Garo. She started off as a fan of him, so it's like this. Yeah, it's this insecurity gap that she has to climb to see herself as worthy of being a romantic partner for Garo. And then two, we don't really talk about this part, but like when Garo approaches these women, marriage is the first step. Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like it's not dating and then long term exclusive and then no, his marriage is on the table immediately. I feel like marriage would turn off a lot of people, even if they were interested in you.
Right.
If that was the first thing that you're going to.
Right. If he wanted to date Kimie and go out and be boyfriend and girlfriend, I guarantee you she would have said yes right then and there. But you know, it's straight to marriage. It's straight to the whole, you gotta be married because I gotta protect my sister because X, Y, and Z.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's has to do, everything's on a timeline, but they exchange numbers, and they're off. Kimie goes off into the sunset, and now he has 4 count them 4 contacts in his phone.
Yeah. Speaking of Komi-san, that's kind of how he's doing the whole Komi-san thing. You think we're going to get to 100?
Oh, 100 suitable wives. Maybe. But that ends. That arc is over, and now we get a new evil. And that is apparently Garo's dad, who's training somebody they're basically doing what happened in Fate Zero to that one girl.
Sakura.
Yeah, Sakura. That's her name. But, instead of lifeless and like just null and void of motions or whatever, this guy's just like, as if it's like a fucking spa retreat, just chilling in some poisonous bugs.
Oh man, this hurts like hell.
It's like, how was it? I think I almost died a few times. It was great. What a weirdo.
I mean, this show is pretty insane. Like, we didn't even talk about like some of the attacks that Garo was doing against Dogo. Like there was one point where Dogo did this attack where I'm like, what animal is this even supposed to be? It looked like he used like the 9-tailed fox chakra.
Oh my god!
To attack him. I was just like, what's going on? Like this whole world, the durability of these characters, the attacks that they're pulling out. I don't know what the hell is going on.
Yeah, I don't know either. It's a strange one indeed.
Yeah. But May has this big plan to have Gero tag along with him to for this romance counseling, just so Gero could see how serious people were and kind of, I guess, show Gero that everybody comes in, trying to start a relationship with anxiety and whatnot. Show him like, okay, there are people just like you, and although I give advice to these people, there isn't one way to go about things because everybody's circumstances are completely different. There was like the grandma that wanted to get with one of her students, and then there was the student who wanted to get with the grandma.
Yeah.
It's like a whole bunch of different stories we got and whatnot, showing you different stages of love, ages for it, and whatnot. So I do think that was an eye-opening experience for Gero. And I just like what May said to Gero, which was, you're doing the right thing, you're very earnest, you're very serious, you're always thinking about the other person and going into these relationships. You're fine. You're not doing anything wrong. So you shouldn't feel so much doubt about yourself.
Yeah. Gero, more Gero and May time.
Mm-hmm.
There was some exclusivity in the park or on the bench or wherever they were. And Gero thanks May for always being there and helping and whatnot. And I'm sure May is slowly, well, we know from the very first fucking episode that they have feelings towards him, but I almost feel like maybe it's even more now because of how thankful he is. And May's just like, well, I'm gonna get you the best wife possible. And I almost feel like he says that, but at the same time, it's like, I wonder if in the back of their mind, they're just like, why can't that be me?
I think they're both not looking at each other in a romantic sense yet, but it's just the whole thing of like, you just not knowing what you have in front of you, because he's in his mind, he's thinking about the whole mission of, I gotta basically keep up the clan by finding a marriage partner, and in doing so, he is finding a lot of viable people, a lot of viable women. But in terms of just having a connection with somebody and it possibly blossoming into love, May is the closest person in that regard, because May is pretty much the closest person to Gero that isn't just his old bug friend. So and that's how you get a relationship. You start as friends. So he's not even at that step with some of these other girls. So like, I think he's in a really good place with May, but he still isn't thinking about May in that light, because he's thinking marriage, and in his mind, he's going to look at women, but May is right there. So
all you got to do is just take that extra step. But this season, because this is the final episode of this season, ends kind of on a cliffhanger, where this new guy that we're introduced to, how you say that, Teruka?
Teraki.
God, I'm bad. Teraki. I love what you have here. Looks at a picture of May and just goes, you stupid idiot. And just laughs. Why they laugh, I don't know. Maybe they could see right through. It's like, this is a guy. I don't know.
I was thinking, what if he was laughing because he just looked at me and was like, Gero, you still didn't hit this? Starts laughing.
Scarrow, you got this in front of you and you're still wanting to get married, you fucking loser. Oh. But yeah, that's essentially how it ends. We've confirmed a new season.
That's always good to hear.
I think they said it was coming out next year. Let me see. Marriagetoxin season 2 release. Yeah, it's actually scheduled officially to premiere winter of 2027.
Ooh.
So
yeah,
half a year. Yeah, half a year. I like how these studios are doing this now. Just letting you wait half a year now to get the second season instead of years.
Yeah.
But that's great. This was probably the more surprisingly enjoyable shows of the spring, and looking forward to seeing what is going to happen as it continues. And who knows, maybe I'll end up reading the manga at some point because this has been enjoyable.
Are there any like types of girls you would like to see, or you think will be interesting for Garo to have as love interest?
Because we have Shark Girl, who's honestly kind of normal. She just kind of has a fixation towards sharks.
Mm-hmm.
Green hair is very shy, but she's kind of like breaking out of her shell. Kimie is very assertive and knows exactly what she wants. I don't know. What else could you possibly do in that sense? Like maybe
Plan Nikkei. I know like all the types that you can make now.
Okay, Mr. Man. All right, what types are there?
Ooh. Well, I'll just say like what. Well, I can't say like what I want since I read the series. I haven't read too deep into it though. It'll be, you know what'll be interesting? They kind of already did it with Kimie, but like the whole childhood friend trope thing.
Huh.
But they kind of did it with Kimie already, since they knew each other in their past. But it's not exactly the same because they didn't have a relationship. I don't think Marriagetoxin would do it because they don't. He isn't supposed to have friends, so
yeah. What about the tomboy, where she's just one of the guys? We don't
have one of those yet.
Yeah, just have one of the guys type and whatnot. And no, May doesn't count as a tomboy.
Yeah,
but just somebody on a very much just like, hey, I'm a girl, but I can hang with the boys, and I can drink with the rest of them. Like just down a pitcher and pass the brewskis. I could see something like that. That would be cool. But I'd like to see that introduced.
I'm always a fan of the temptress types, like the real flirty ones. Shark Girl is sort of like that, but it's not like the exact type of cliche I'm thinking about. I'm kind of thinking about like your like Ichikas from Quintessential Quintuplet. I'm thinking about like kind of like Holo from Spice and Wolf. Those types of characters.
Mm-hmm. That's a good one. She also drinks.
That is true.
But that was essentially it. Yep. Unless you had anything.
That's it for Marriagetoxin. Very enjoyable season. Excited for the next, but we shall move on into our first anime of the spring 2026 season. Oh, summer. Sparks of Tomorrow. EA, this is your pick. Why the fuck did you pick this?
Off to a great start. But for me personally, this is because this is something that KyoAni Kyoto Animation Studios made, and honestly, I feel like, not to say that they have never recovered or anything, but I felt like every year there was always a KyoAni anime. But ever since that whole fire fiasco and that piece of shit did what he did, killing people and whatnot at that studio, there's been a real almost kind of like grinded to a halt, where there's like maybe once a year now, maybe two if you're lucky, but everything's either a movie, a compilation movie. I think the last thing they did was Hibiki season 3, which I still need to watch, but this is their first original anything in a while, so that's why I picked this one. And I'll say right off the bat, I'm not disappointed by at least visuals alone. It literally looks like you're walking into a fucking painting. Like, just the way that it looks, the background art is just very much like wax paintings that you would see at a museum and everything. And I definitely think that's the point, because this is like an alternate version of the early 1900s where you would see those kinds of paintings and whatnot. And I, so far, like the look and the aesthetic of it. I think it's very, very neat.
Yeah, like these bright lights and the shiny, polished animation that you see contrasting with the era of steam, where everything is powered and people are covered in it, and it just looks really dark and dreary. But when you contrast it with like the era of electricity coming in, it's like this visual whiplash you get with it. You get it in a lot of different instances. I think like the biggest one that you get is when Inako sees the projection, and we get into this world where it seems like Kihachi is, it seems like he's envisioning making theater, like movie theaters, because those aren't a thing, it's not a thing, not in the way that we think about it. Yeah, so it's like he's thinking maybe about the possibility of that being a thing, given that technology with projection gets better. So real cool stuff. The story has a lot of potential, honestly. I'll just say for myself, I was impressed by this first episode. I was very surprised by it, because I remember you talked about like what you were going to pick, and I had forgot that you said like, oh yeah, this is KyoAni, all this blah blah blah. So I watched this show, and I was like, okay, time to get ready for KOA. Then I'm like, damn. The first thing I noticed wasn't even really the animation necessarily. It was like how weird the facial expressions were. Like what they kept doing with characters' mouths and stuff. I was like, okay, this is really cool and expressive. Yeah. I was like, this is cool. And then when Inako shows up and she's praying or whatever, we're going to talk about that more in detail, but she's praying, and her and Kihachi interact. And then the first thing I thought in my mind when I saw her, I'm like, especially when she got close to Kihachi, I'm like, damn, she reminds me so much of Eruchi Tanda. And I was like, why is that? And then I looked it up. I was like, oh, this is KyoAni. Oh, that's why. I was like, oh, that's why she reminds me so much of Chitanda. Everything got put into place once I saw that. And I'm like, yeah, they are definitely in rare form with this anime, just based on the first episode. Like you said, art and animation, stellar. I think the story has a lot of potential, and I really like the main characters. Like the main characters are very charismatic. Even Kihachi, who is not confident and is kind of down on himself, he showed some merit to his character. I thought it was very cool to have him be, real down in the dumps. But whenever it came to electric stuff, he's a yapper. Like he wants to talk about it all the time. So I like both of these main characters, and I'm excited to see what their dynamic brings.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm curious to see where it goes as well, because we kind of get, you know, a setup where we see Kachi's brother, you know, kind of like giving, no pun intended, the spark in kind of his life to where it's like, this is what electricity is, this is what it could be. It's so beautiful because he was told to wait, and the poor kid probably was waiting there for a long time. He's like, I honestly thought he was gonna like leave him behind. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah. I was live reacting to this, and I was like, did he just abandon his brother? I was like, what was that?
I know, but then he was like, oh no, I just had to set everything up, and then that's when he powered and did the crank and everything, and then everything turned into lights, and even the people, like everyone was just looking like, whoa, what is this? And you could tell like electricity is very new to people, to where they're just like it seems like the police are against it, and maybe government is like against it, but people themselves are like in awe and enamored with it. It's just like, I've never seen this before. This is amazing. So there's a lot of things that are left unsaid, haven't been explained yet. We just know that everything is steam powered. And I love when it comes to the fact that everything that is steam powered, there's just a fog and a haze that's all around the city that you see. Like everything always looks overcast. There's no blue skies. Mm-hmm. And I definitely think that's intentional with the fact that everything is steam powered. And I don't know, maybe it's a commentary on global warming, but maybe I'm just reading too much into that. But it's just very interesting just to see that, and it's just a part of regular life where everything's steam powered. This is how we do. This is how we go. But electricity is kind of like the outlier, where it's like, what is this, and why do people want to get it? Because there's also this book that people are after, and that is the Spark catalog, or electricity catalog, I think is what it was called. Mm-hmm. And his Kihachi's brother was supposed to give it to him, never did. Time elapsed. He turned into kind of like there's a reason why he's a huge atheist and he doesn't believe in God or whatever. He just got burned a lot when he was young, and made him kind of cynical in a way. And that's why it's just really cool when you have somebody who's a cynic like that, but then you have somebody like Inako who, follows and prays to God and is very much the religious type. I don't know what she said, but I remember it was towards the end, because it was one of those where it's like, why do you believe in me type of thing? And she said, I believe because that's what I do. I just believe.
Yeah, she was like, that's my talent.
Yeah. And I just like that. When you got nothing else and you feel like you don't know anything, you can't do anything right, because she's clumsy and fumbles with stuff. And even her grandma, or whoever that was, you mentioned mouths. She had the fucking mouth that was like this when it talked.
The anteater mouth.
Yeah, but where she just can't do anything right. Where, well, the only thing I know how to do right is believe, and that's all I got. I believe in you, just like I believe in God, just like I believe in anything else.
Yeah, and this is definitely a character that Kihachi is going to need, because just from his brief backstory, we don't know the ins and outs of everything, but just from his backstory, it seems like you said, he became cynical and disillusioned because he was already not confident in himself when he has his brother Seiroku.
That sounds right.
He has a journal, and his big brother is like, why did you just write exactly what I said? You didn't chip in your own ideas. So it's kind of like he was just in his brother's shadow and whatnot, not really thinking about himself. But his brother is very much, you know who he reminded me of? Take a guess.
The older brother?
Yeah, another big brother in a pretty big anime.
Not the big brother.
No,
Big brother, is
No.
that you?
no, not the big brother, but a big brother, pretty big brother in a big anime.
What's his face from Gurren Lagann?
Exactly, Kamina.
Yeah,
That's who he reminded me
Kamina,
of.
thank you.
He reminded me
He
exactly of
definitely-
Kamina.
Yeah,
And their dynamic is kind of similar to Kamina and Simon's, where it's like Simon was not confident in himself, always struggled with keeping up that valor and vigor that his big brother had, and it seems like that's the case here, where because Seiroko is probably dead. We know that he went to war and never came back. Which,
yeah.
I mean, the writing's kind of on the wall there, and the fact that his journal is also, there's a whole thing with that, but, it seems like he's been trying to instill his big brother, that is, been trying to instill confidence in his younger brother, so that they can carry on the age of electricity and build on it, because, even if you fail, your failure can be somebody's stepstone into making the polished product, and that's just how technology works. You get to a point, you push it as far as you can. The next person takes those notes, take what you have, and then they push it as far as they can. Seiruko has done his thing. Apparently, it seems like now, his brother Kihachi is supposed to take on the mantle and bring on the age of electricity. And yeah, I think he needs someone like Hinako who believes in him the same way his big brother believed in him, because you can kind of see he's kind of just like going through the motions of life. But I think if he gets that spark ignited in him, no pun intended, then he'll be right back in where he was supposed to be.
Yeah. No, I definitely believe that's what's going to make this dynamic good between them, is she will give him the power to just kind of do what he originally wanted to do without any hesitation. And then you could say maybe the other way could be reciprocated, because Inako has low self-esteem in herself. She's clumsy. She's, the only thing she believes in is just her faith, and that's all that she has. And not to say, because he kind of shows her, like, Kachi's just like, you believe in that shit? You believe, like, and shows her the old phonograph and whatnot as to, like, this is how it works. And maybe, because I think he'd be a little rough around the edges, if nothing else, I could see him maybe kind of like showing her how the world really works, by kind of like opening up her view, because this is someone that's never seen electricity before, and she was running because she had to give something to him. She got knocked out. She thought she fucking died. Like, that's her first thought when it comes to that.
That scene was. Did you watch this, dog?
I did.
That scene was so funny. It was, her delivery was great on that. She said she woke up, it was covered in darkness. She said, "Oh my God, I'm in hell."
I'm in hell.
she's
That
like,
was hilarious.
She's like, this is what I get.
This is what I get for being a fucking loser. But I also love the way that looked too. Just all the blacks and the grays, and just how it just really did make her look like she was submerged in darkness.
Yeah.
And then when that light came on and she saw, I forgot what they said. It was like some kind of religious figure, I'm guessing.
Paradise. That's what they call it.
Paradise. Thank you. and she just started praying and was just like, "Oh my, this is great." And that's when freaking Kahachi was just like, "This woman never misses an opportunity to just pray at everything, every opportunity and whatnot." But I guess what I was getting at is she's never seen anything like that before, and it kind of like opened up her world, and maybe it'll open up her world to like other things as well. Not to say that it would like she would lose her faith or like become an atheist as well, but maybe she would just be, maybe she herself gets a little more confident, and she kind of like realizes that not everything is as black and white as her world makes it out to be, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. So where to go? I guess this is not where I want to end up at, but I really just like everybody's designs thus far. Like everybody has like really unique designs and they're real memorable. Cause I just thought about it. I'm like, Inako's friends didn't have really much of a role. We don't even know their names, but I remember their faces clearly.
Yeah. The tall one with the umbrella.
Yeah, with the curly cat mouth. And then there's the blonde friend. And then we had the guy that we are all supposed to hate, I'm assuming.
White hair.
Yeah. What is his Yosuke. That was his name. Yosuke.
Yeah.
So yeah, Yosuke is our big antagonist, it seems. His family runs this conglomerate where they're basically the big wigs in the steam industry. And we don't know his purpose exactly, but we can venture because he wants the electric journal. His purpose is basically to usher, I guess he wants to usher in a new era of electricity and possibly try to jump out ahead and get into this new technology so he could continue being this powerhouse of
monopoly.
Yeah. I mean, it makes a lot of sense because if everybody's doing steam, if you're the one person that cultivates electricity and you become the guy that everybody goes to for technology and this and that and information invention, you're going to make a lot of money. So
yeah,
a lot is at stake with this journal and whatnot. So that's what it seems like his goal is. We don't know; it hasn't been explicitly stated, but that's what it seems like.
It could be the opposite too.
Oh, you think maybe he's trying to kill it
and destroy it?
I see.
Because when you think about it, in the long run, like electricity is a lot more useful than steam, like in the long run, because electricity is instant. Steam, you got to boil the water. It takes a while. There it goes. Oh, it's doing its thing. It's slower. If anything else, kill the competition by having no competition.
That's true.
And because if he's one of the big wigs that like is in control of steaming and everything, I'm pretty sure he wants to keep it that way. I mean, I do like your thought process too, because that could be a thing. But my thought would be he doesn't know anything about electricity, but he knows of it. Mm-hmm. Like he doesn't know how it works. He just knows this could be something that could threaten my empire. Mm-hmm. So let's put it under lock and safe. Put it away. That way I'm still in control. That would be my thought process. But you could be right too. Like you said, we don't really know what's going to happen. It could go either way. All we know is that it's nefarious. Whatever they're trying to do, it's nothing good, because when we're first introduced to this guy, he splashes these girls. That's the very first thing we see when we see this guy, is that he runs by him and goes,
yeah.
That's how much of a piece of shit he is.
Cat girl had great reflexes though. She just gets the umbrella.
Yeah, that was great. And then he slimes his way into, trying to. I'm pretty sure he lied about the contract. Oh, I thought you said it was a year. No, that's not how it was written up. Now we can either do this the hard way with your debts, or I can marry your daughter.
Yeah, he just bullied his way into that, but even so, the dad is just what a What a terrible
Wow.
tact.
Let me think. My own flesh and blood. My business goes bankrupt, and then I have to like pay back money. Blah blah blah. I mean, it's already not that successful anyway. I kind of hate my daughter. She's not really good at anything that she does, but it's my daughter. Let's just give my daughter away.
His high school daughter too. I don't know how old she is exactly, and we can't even go like, oh, it's a different time. Like this is the 1900s. It's not even like that different of a time. So like,
Right.
yeah, you're just. And to be fair, we don't know how old this guy is, but he's an adult. Like, sure.
Yeah, I'm going to assume he's an adult for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a creepo, not just with the women, but also the men, as we saw in the last frame.
Hello,
of
my
the
wife.
episode.
And that's the thing. You could have probably gave him a pass for even suggesting something like that, because it was like, oh, he wanted to use that as an excuse so he could basically search the house for what he actually wanted. So it's like, okay, yeah, that's his ultimate goal, the journal. But then at the end of the episode, he decides to be creepy and like he hugs who he thinks is Inako and is like, hello, my wife. And I'm like,
Ew.
Okay, well, that excuse is out the table and you're weird.
Yeah. And wondering where they're going to go from there, because that's a whole lot of unknown so far. We just know that Anako's older sister had this electricity catalog and said to give it to Kahachi. And it's like, why now of all times? Why does she have it? Like, I don't know. There's a lot of, like, the only thing I could think of is that she knew his older brother at one point.
Well, okay, so for sure, because there's a couple different things. So Yosuke knew her for sure.
Absolutely.
Because when she saw him, she was very like kind of dejected. So they know each other. He also, Yosuke, that is, knew Kingo, who is the current he's betrothed to Noriko. Noriko's her name, Inako's sister. So they're engaged. If you remember, if you look at Kingo's design, he was one of the guys that was with Kihachi's older brother. Because you remember,
Really?
there was the one guy with the bangs. There was like this like bigger guy, and
Yeah,
I'm pretty
so that
sure
was him.
Yeah, so
Okay.
he's the friend of Seiruku. So I'm assuming, and two, if you look in the flashback, he doesn't have the scar, but if you look in present time, he has a scar. So I'm
Probably
assuming
the war or something.
yeah, I'm thinking they both went into the war. He came back after some time. Unfortunately, not with Sekiro, who Seiruku, who ended up dying. And he got the journal from him, and then he gave her the journal. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay. I could see that. That would make the most sense, to be honest. But yeah, that's essentially where this is going. I am definitely very interested to see where this goes. It all went by so quick. I thought the dub was really good. I enjoy the designs, as you said. The art is literally just gorgeous, beautiful. It's only going to be 13 episodes. I don't know if they're going to have a second season after this or what it's going to entail, but I'm hooked so far, and it's definitely different from anything KyoAni's done in a while. Like I said, whether they do a movie or a third season of Hibiki, or I think they did a couple other ones, but it was, again, just like a compilation or whatever. But I'm happy to see them return and do something, because, you know, a world without KyoAni is not anime. You know what I mean? Because they deserve to be up there with some of the greats. Bones, Madhouse, all these other studios. KyoAni is right there at the top.
I want to say this is. I'm double checking. But I think I'm right about this, but I want to double check this. Yeah, I think we've only watched one KyoAni show on a podcast before.
Really?
You
And that
want
was
to know?
Murha?
Yep, Surene.
Oh my god! And we killed it after the first episode. But that just goes to show you how much they haven't really done much, and it's sad. Since then.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's been some stuff that I haven't given a chance to watch as well. So they could have some stuff out there that I don't know about. I just haven't seen it.
Yeah, but this is man. Yeah, it felt like watching the first episode of Hyoka, not in like the premise or whatever, but just in how it looked and how it made me feel, how charismatic the characters were. I'm definitely excited for this one. I feel like this one has the potential to being like one of the best of this season, honestly.
I hope so. I'm so far I'm glad I picked it because as soon as I saw KyoAni, I was like, I want it. I don't care what it is, but I want it.
Yeah. But that is it for the shows that we're going to talk about tonight. But we got one section left for you guys, and that is viewer questions. And we got two for your ass. First question: if the author of a manga that you love dies, should someone that's close to them finish a story or lead the story as is?
That's actually a really good question. Because I feel like no matter what you choose, it's not going to be the one that you want. Because let's just say, yeah, author dies, but someone close to them, they told me how it ends. They gave me the cliff notes, and now I'm going to finish it. If that series is bad, then of course they're going to blame the other person and say they totally misconstrued their ending. Or if it's good, then I don't know. I don't know if that's really ever happened, but I feel like it's even worse if they leave a story as it is, because you'll always want to know how the story ends. There's never going to be an ending to these really popular manga. I don't think Berserk's ever going to have an ending, unfortunately. And, you're always going to be left wondering what could have been. But for me, I feel like you should just leave the story as is. And the only reason I say that is because the series, if it continues or if it ends, you ultimately never know if that's how originally it was supposed to be. They could say that they're close friend and that this is how they wanted it to end. Maybe they took liberties. Maybe they made some choices that maybe the original person wouldn't have done. But we'll never know because they passed on. So,
yeah. Even with the idea of like, okay, this is what I wanted to do. Like, this is how I wanted to end. That's how they felt then, because like, let's say they lived on and whatnot. They could have changed their mind. They could have had some experience in their life that made them go like, oh, I don't really know about that. So even then, it's just, for me personally, I wouldn't want someone else to finish it. It's the same reason why I did not read Berserk after Kentaro Miura's passing. It's nothing against anybody that's trying to take on the mantle and continue to work. I definitely think it's merit in it. But me personally, if I'm not getting the full experience of that person's mind, I don't want to continue on with it, because the things that I may love about that series are just not there. It's just going to be kind of like the idea of it, or the perception of it, and I just, if I'm not getting in its true form, then I kind of don't want it at all. So that's how I feel about it. So I say no.
Yeah, no as well. As much as I would love the story to continue, at the end of the day, it's not going to be the story that they wanted. I always harken back to Ruby and how that series was. First two series was all the original creator, and then he tragically died at a very young age of like 31 or something. And the continuation of Ruby wasn't him, and you could feel it. And I think everybody knew that. They just were kind of like watching it through rose-colored tinted glasses and was like, "Oh, it's not so bad." It is. So, yeah, just leave the story as is. Unfortunately, as bad as that sounds, that it has to.
Deathstroke says, I would say finish the story no matter what. Either way, a manga story is more or less a reflection of the author, so someone else taking over can allow a new perspective to be built, and probably even great fan service. Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with someone going like the seeds have been planted. I'm kind of wanting to see what somebody else can do with it. I think that's fine, especially if you just love it so much you don't want it to die. But me, I'm more of like thinking of like the purest mindset. If it's not the way in that it was built, I'd rather just leave it as is and leave it as like this imperfection.
Yeah, I've never seen a series that has gone on after the person dies and it be good. I'll tell you that much.
I would have to think, but yeah, I mean,
there's not many.
Yeah.
If there is, there's like maybe one or two.
Yeah. This is a question that RDC got asked, but the question is, would you rather get 5 years in prison? Count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years in prison, or stay in prison until your mom, yes, your mom, beats Dark Souls with no help from others.
I'm taking the 5 years. I mean, my mom doesn't even play video games. So for her to play not just any video game, mind you, but Dark Souls, I'd be in jail for the rest of my life. There's no way that's happening, because she would probably go, "I give up," after 1 hour. And then I'd go, "Mom, please, I'm going to be stuck in jail." "Sorry, sweetie, I love you, but I can't play this game. I can't even get past the pause button." I kid you not. She's not good at video games. Like, it would be different if she was from a generation that played video games, but she just never, like, she did it once. She said, "I tried it in the 80s and I just couldn't get the handle of it." That's her words, not mine. And remember, back then on the NES was 2 buttons, A, B, D-pad. So, nah, I'm taking the 5 years only because I have to.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way, man. Like I want to believe that my mom would be able to get a handle on things if she knows my freedom is on the line. But do I truly have faith that my mom will be able to beat Dark? No, I don't. Dark Souls 1 is like, they're all pretty bad for any non-gamer to play. But Dark Souls 1, especially just because I think of like a boss like Beta Chaos. And I haven't even beat Dark Souls myself, the first one, that is. But I look at a boss like that where it just has really janky mechanics to begin with. And if the stipulation is no help, I'm like, how the hell is my mom going to beat a boss with no help that people struggle with just normally going through it? It's not happening. I'll take the
Nope.
5 years.
Yeah.
Put something on my books. I don't know.
I mean, I'll be there for 5 years, have plenty of time to myself, maybe aspire to do some writing or something, get a little push-ups in. I don't know. I mean, I've never been in prison. I hope to never be in prison, so I don't know how it works. So, but yeah, I mean, maybe if the question was like, if you had a kid and you could like beat Dark Souls, could you help them out? I would try my best to beat Dark Souls to free my son. Of course I would, just because I'm a gamer. I could at least try. I hate those Dark Souls type of games. But if I knew if I could like really just lock in, lean forward, grab my controller and just focus, then I would play it every day, you know, just to get them out.
I got to get my friends on Elden Ring that have never played it or haven't finished it. Just so I can have fun being in the back seat.
You stupid. Just making fun of them.
Destro said, funny enough, that is actually the life of prisoner, so you would fit right in. Thanks. Save me a seat.
Riding in push-ups. Okay. Well,
that are our viewer questions. If you ever have any questions you want to ask us on the podcast, just look at the description. You will see the Google Doc. Click it. Ask your questions. We will answer it next week. Also, if you're looking at the description, you'll also see the Patreon that is only $1 amongst all the raised prices. GTA saying that we're going to sell the deluxe version of our game for $100, which is really just a full game and lying to you. $100. Wow, what the fuck? Steam Deck console costing $1,000+. PlayStation, Sony saying we're not making any more discs. We're still here with the Patreon with $1. We ain't changing. Not now, not later, not ever. So tap into our Patreon. Get a catalog of all of our backlog, Watamote, Drunken Podcasts, Pokemon, Takopi, so many different things.
Watamote.
Check in with us, please. $1. You got $1. You got $1. You got $1 for all those subscriptions you got.
Yeah. You pay for Netflix, you pay for Hulu, you pay for Peacock.
Shit.
You can pay
Amazon
for pay. Yeah, Amazon. We know you still got it. You hate Jeff Bezos, but you have a Prime. Don't pretend. So, yes, $1, $1 stinking dollar.
Yes.
There's not much in this world that you can buy for $1 except Arizona iced tea. That's about it.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I know that's still $1. Other than that, maybe the hot dog from Costco.
Maybe like a juicy fruit. A little thing of juicy fruit. I don't know.
You get like 2 sticks. You know, that's what you get.
But if you're watching, I mean, you don't have to comment, but I mean, a post comment would be cool. And if you're watching the VOD, yes, like, comment, share with your friends, buddies, even your enemies. It'd be like, you know what? If you watch this, maybe we could be friends, type of thing. But yes, appreciate everybody who watched and will watch. Hope you guys have a good night, morning, afternoon, wherever in the world you may be. This has been the King of Anime Podcast. I'm Sasuke the Savage. He is everything animated, and we are out.